Welcome to the Bible Reading Journey, where we are traveling from Genesis to Revelation in a year. Today we are on day number 262 of the Bible Reading Journey, and today's reading itinerary is the book of Habakkuk, which is 3 chapters. And you might want to pause here and first dive into that reading for yourself, and then join us back here for thoughts about today's journey. Today's journey is titled Living by Faith in Hard Times. But before we get to that, let's recap where we are on the Bible reading journey. We've just finished the book of Nahum, and we now begin the book of Habakkuk. And in your text notes, there's an outline of the Old Testament to guide us on our journey. So we finished section 1 of the outline, which is the historical books. And the historical books portray the birth, growth, development, and discipline of God's covenant people, Israel. And then we completed section 2 of the outline, the 5 poetic books. And the poetic books capture the emotions and heartbeats of the men and women living during this historical period. And now we are on the section 3, the 17 prophetic books, 5 major prophets and 12 minor prophets. And these books record God's repeated attempts to call his people back to the godly behavior they abandoned. And in those minor prophets, we are on Habakkuk. So welcome to this book. Habakkuk is a unique prophet. In our reading of his book, we do not see Habakkuk, the prophet, delivering a message from God to the people. Instead, we see him delivering it from the people to God. He comes to God with heavy questions and concerns, not unlike we all do at some point or another. We are able to see this prophet of God wrestle with not understanding God's ways and asking the why question. We are also able to see this prophet of God move from questioning to trusting, to praising through these 3 chapters. Habakkuk illustrates for us how we can move from perplexed to peace-filled. And it is through trusting and praising God despite our circumstances, even when we don't understand, and even when life looks bleak. The thought of the day comes from Habakkuk 3:17 through 19. These are the last 3 verses of Habakkuk. Though the fig tree does not bud, and there are no grapes on the vines, though the olive crop fails, and the fields produce no food, though there are no sheep in the pen, and no cattle in the stalls, yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will be joyful in God my Savior. The sovereign Lord is my strength. He makes my feet like the feet of a deer. He enables me to tread on the heights. The challenge of the day: God can handle your questions. So go ahead and ask him. But remember that his ways, his understanding, and his timing are not ours. There are some questions we will not be able to understand in this life. And at this point, we get to choose faith. We choose to trust and praise the sovereign, good God. This will help us move from perplexed to peace. The memory verse of the day is Habakkuk 2:4. This is the NIV translation. See, the enemy is puffed up. His desires are not upright. But the righteous person will live by his faithfulness. The text notes contain information on how to find us on YouTube, Facebook, and email, Happy travels today. See you next time. This is Lisa at Lighthouse. God bless.